Sawasdee Cup. So, do you have a problem with overeating and over consuming too many damn food and calories, or even just binge eating? Well, if you do, you're not alone. Now, usually when you binge eat, it's very important to remember to not feel guilty about it. Okay? That's a number one tip that I would give. Now, I'm not an expert on this binge eating topic or this binge eating expertise or anything, but I do have a lot of experience with it. Believe it or not, I fucking binge eat like a mug. I still binge eat, and I'm still able to maintain my physique even though while I binge eat. Because the thing is, I feel like we all have a fat ass inside of us, especially those people who are into fitness, because we've all come to the stage to where we would deprive our bodies of the required nutrition just to look a certain way, you know? We would deprive our body of calories just to get our body fat percentage lower. And when you do that over a period of time, it kind of like messes with you psychologically, and it really makes you crave more calories, just food, and just which causes you to binge eat. And I still binge eat. Like, I have at least 1 or 2 or 3 days at most out of the week to where I'll just go in on food, like vegan food, of course. I would just like go in, like you don't even know. I would like go fat boy status, and I would just consume, just go in. Okay, I'll just eat a lot. All right, on some competitive eating type thing, but it's not the point. So the point of this video is to help you figure out what to do after you binge eat and help you get back into, you know, your normal routine, day-to-day fitness journey. So, okay, here's what you do after you binge eat, okay? Here is what you do. Here's the solution. You ready? So after you binge eat, make sure that you do nothing. Yeah, do nothing afterwards. Like nothing, you know what I mean? Like, don't try to do more cardio. Don't try to undereat. Don't try to starve yourself. Don't try to fucking just drink water and eat grapes for like the whole day or anything to where you're just depriving yourself again. Because doing that would just lead you to repeat the cycle of binge eating in the next couple of days. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like you're just postponing the inevitable. So number one thing is, don't do nothing. All right? Because the thing is, one bad day of eating is not going to ruin your whole progress of weeks of hard work, okay? Just like how you can't get into shape with one day of eating good, you can't ruin your whole progress with one day of bad eating, all right? So remember that. And the reason why I say don't do nothing is because if you were to just go on about your day the next day and just get back on track, get back on your diet, whatever it may be, and just get back to working out regularly, your body will restabilize itself and the weight will start coming back down regularly, normally, without you having to torture yourself the next day. You know what I mean? So rather than just punishing yourself and try to starve yourself again for the next day, which will only lead you to binge again, which is probably why you binge in the first place, because you got to that state, right? But so rather than doing that, just do nothing. Don't stress yourself out and just get back on the horse. Get back on your usual daily training regimen, get back on your usual diet, and then the weight's gonna start coming off like that. And then you'll be back on track in no time. It'll take about like, what, 1 to 2 days, which is nothing. You know what I mean? Just get back on track and try not to binge again, which is all there really is to it. That's usually what I do. Back when I was a newbie, I guess, whenever I would, fall off the horse and I would just binge, I would just feel like shit. I would feel guilty. And that's one more thing, by the way. Never feel guilty after you binge, all right? If you binge and you binge right, you binge on the right food, fucking be happy, all right? Be happy you got to fulfill and satiate those cravings. And then from there, you move on. And then try not to binge again. That's it. Because the thing is, number one thing why I say don't feel guilt is because once you feel guilt, that's going to associate you with trying to feel better. And the way a lot of people feel better is by consuming a lot of junk food and sweets, you know what I mean? So once you feel guilty, then you want to make yourself feel better and just throw everything out the window and just be like, you know, fuck, I already fucked up. Fuck this, I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm just gonna consume a lot of, eat whatever I want, just eat a bunch of shit, and then feel even worse than you already were, you know what I mean? So you're just going down a spiral of misery and just torturing yourself when there's no need for that. When all you have to do is do nothing and just get back on your daily training regimen and get back on your daily nutrition, and then your weight's gonna start coming back down to its normal weight, and then you start going down from there. And then try not to binge so soon again. Try not to binge the next day. Try to prolong the binging, okay? Because the thing is, it's kind of like a bow and arrow if you think about it. Especially if you're cutting and you're on a diet and you try to stick to a diet, no matter what diet it is, if you're on a deficit, it's like pulling back on a bowstring. And the lower body fat percentage you go, the lower weight you lose, the stronger those cravings get, the more hungry you get, you know what I mean? And eventually, it's gonna get to a point to where it can't go back anymore, and then it's just gonna let loose, and then that bow is gonna go as far as much as you pulled back, you know what I mean? If that makes sense? So like you're dieting, fighting those cravings, fighting those urges, and then you can't take it no more because it won't go any more back. That's when you binge and just go in, you know what I mean? But that's the whole cycle of it, and it's completely fine. It's normal. I binge. Shit, I still binge. It's part of my daily diet, you know what I mean? Once or twice a week, I'd say. I'll try to keep it at a minimum of like at least once, but twice, 3 times at most, and that's it. But you can still make it work, you know what I mean? Just like I said, 3 things. Don't feel guilty. Okay, don't feel guilty. Do nothing. Get back on the horse, okay? Which means get back on your daily regimen, and then your body will restabilize itself with you having to do nothing, with no stress or anxiety or any guilt. And then boom, you're back on track. And that's all it is. That's how I do it anyways. So hopefully that helps. I'm not an expert in this topic or anything, but I have a lot of experience, and I still binge eat, and I'm not a 300-pound blob yet. So I think my method is working pretty well, and I try to follow those methods. So if it helps, just, you know, if it can help you, then I'm glad. Then this video would be of some value and purpose to you. So, but try to follow the 3 tips that I go by whenever I binge eat. So don't feel any guilt. Do nothing, meaning don't do any extra cardio. Don't deprive yourself the next day. Don't starve yourself. Don't eat nothing the next day to try to get your weight back down. Just get back on your regular regimen. And number 3, try not to binge again for as long as you can. Try to last longer on your diet. And those are 3 tips that I go by whenever I binge eat. So if you binge eat, try to follow these 3 tips, and you will be much happier and less chaotic. And you'll be able to maintain your body like I do. Hopefully. So yeah, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions or any other topics you'd like me to touch upon, go ahead and feel free to comment it down below, because I will do them. And I hope you learned something. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm hungry now talking about binging, so I'm probably gonna get me some vegan food, some vegan junk food and sweets, and call it a day. Thank you.